This is a man, we're all flawed, we all sin. And that's not minimizing what he did. It's just acknowledging that that's not God.
Right.
That's not who God is.
Right.
God is faithful. God is loving. He's not abusive. He doesn't ask us to keep secrets. He doesn't say, take that to your grave and don't share it with anyone,
right,
like this man told me. That's not God. That is the opposite of God. So
that's demonic.
It is demonic. And crazy things like being said, if anyone speaks against me, they're cursed. And it's just this spiritual manipulation that sometimes people use to keep people bound and to kind of just keep deceiving people. So I've had a lot of emotions. I'm still processing them, even as we're speaking right now. I am.
Yeah, but I love that you said that, you know, you were able to talk about things and it not like, you know, cause a huge emotional disruption. And that tells me, you know, that the therapy that you were in was really effective, is really effective. And that's kind of one of the goals, is that you can eventually talk about what happened to you, and it's a personal decision, right?
Sure.
Who you decide to share it with. Not everybody is meant to sit down, their whole family and all their friends and share it. And who knows, maybe you are. I don't know what the right thing is for, you know, those that are watching, but for you it was the right thing. And so I think that it's incredible that you're able to share it, you're able to talk about it, and you're desensitized from it. It doesn't mean that it still isn't a point of trauma. It is, right? But it's no longer immobilizing you in the way that it was intended to. And so it's almost like you speaking, it's like the chains are breaking off of you. And it's incredible, because it is a, you know, confession is a spiritual act, and I believe that that's what therapy is. It is the act of confession. Someone else,
so true.
You know, and if that therapist, and you know, I think it's great if you can find a Christian therapist, but sometimes that is not who's available, and they can be just as effective. But being able to confess to another person what you've been through, that is so powerful. And God intended for us to use our words. Jesus used his words to explain things and to teach people, you know, the truth of God, right? And so using our words to be able to confess what's happened to us, and then, you know, confess that Jesus is more than enough, and then confess God's glory, that is so powerful. That's more powerful than any demonic word that was ever spoken over us, that we better not say anything that